storyteller of tonight. Please welcome to the stage, Lauren.
Holy cow. So in August 2007, which is a little less than 2 years ago, I took a show as a director to the International Fringe Festival in Edinburgh. In New York, I mainly worked as a performer, a writer, a PhD student in theater studies. But I did that because my friend had written the show and she'd asked me to direct it, so I did. We were close to the end of the run and we decided to go to this dingy dog bar on the outskirts of Edinburgh, and we decided to try to win the best karaoke performance prize of the night. So one of my friends was in the audience recording the performance on his digital camera, and my other friend was with me, the second voice in our power duet of the song she decided on, Total Eclipse of the Heart. I don't remember stopping the song. I don't remember the fall. After the 11-hour surgeries, the doctors explained what had happened. An undetected brain aneurysm had ruptured on stage. It had collapsed me to the bar floor and had warranted the emergency surgery. The doctor said I was lucky. 50% of people who have this type of injury, a ruptured aneurysm, die instantly. And 50% of those people, those survivors, died in the next 3 subsequent days. In the middle of all that, the doctors also said I had aphasia, which didn't mean anything to me at the time. I wasn't in any kind of pain, so I spent most of my hours and days looking outside the hospital window, which was electric blue. We had been there for 2 weeks and it had been gloomy and dour. And then suddenly it was this majestic, outstanding blue. I just couldn't remove my head, my eyes from it. The only sorts of things that would pull me away from the view at the window was when there was a visit from the nurse who said there had to be a meal or a shower, or my parents coming in for visiting hours. But one day I pulled away from the window and there was nothing waiting for me. So I started to look around my territory in the hospital suite. And I found right next to me on this bedside table a stack of magazines and books I had never seen before. I picked up one of the magazines that was glossy and full of pictures of glamour makeuping and red carpet parades and glamour UK celebrities that I didn't know. And I had to put the magazine closed immediately because it was bombarding me. It was as if each page was shouting at me. Then I picked up the book, which looked instantly familiar. The relief just washed over me. It was something I had read many years ago. I picked it up, a little black paperback with this melancholy raised typeface. And I started on page 1, chapter 1. And I moved through the pages in a motion I was well familiar with. But around page 5, I stopped. I went back to page 1, chapter 1, and looked in the bright sunlight and fixated. I couldn't see anything there. I saw only black, blocked shapes. No one had told me, and I was shocked that no one had told me yet, that I could no longer read. I'm going to stop for 1 second because I know there is something that is slightly contradictory here. And I said that I couldn't read, so how could I see that this was an Agatha Christie book? How could I read the word Agatha, the word Christie? And I can't account for that. It could easily be a trick of memory, filling in some sort of gap that when you wish a story continued further than it did. Or perhaps maybe really one brain had read it with one ability, while the other part of the brain couldn't recognize that reading. And I don't know how to know. I don't know how to remember. To fast forward to about now, 2 years later, my recovery has gone extremely well. I've been able to read and speak and read and write again with a lot of help from my family and my friends and my doctors. And one of these friends, the friend who was with me in that bar in Edinburgh, who had recorded the performance of the karaoke, sent me this video for the anniversary of the aneurysm's rupture. So I saw it, total eclipse of the heart. I saw the moment that the rupture actually happened. I saw the entire audience laughing as I fell to the floor. It was completely nauseating to see an impotent observer not realize that a life was seeping away right in front of them. I had to see the video a few more times before I saw the final moments. The hands, the bartender's hands, the audience's hands, my friends' hands, they had all reached out and down for me, which is the virtue of falling on stage. On stage, someone will see it, so someone might be able to pick you up.